Hello everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Victory Hosang and I am a mental health advocate along with other things. So I just watched this video with Queen Ifrica sharing her story about how she was raped by her father. A father that she didn't even know well. She was just getting to meet, and she was raped by her father. And it reminded me of why I officially became a mental health advocate years ago. I'll give you a little story about how it happened. So I used to go around to the children's homes to bring them clothes and shoes and toiletries and, stuff like that, because I've always wanted to help those less fortunate children and young adults. And to my surprise, when I went into the children's home, I realized that almost 100% of them were traumatized victims, from sexual abuse to physical abuse to sexual molestation. I remember a young girl that caught my attention at that time at one of the children's homes. She caught my attention because she had a disability that she was born with. And I came to find out that this little girl was raped from the time she was 5 years old up until the time she was 12 years old, repeatedly, by multiple men in her family and multiple men in her community. And remember, she had a disability. I remember that they were not getting any counseling or therapy in the children's homes at that time when I asked them. And I was thinking, how can these children go through all this trauma and they're not getting any therapy? So I gave as much young youths as I could in the homes my phone number. And I told them that they had 24-hour access to call me in case they feel like talking. One very late night, this young girl called me, the one with the disability, crying, bawling. She said, "Auntie, my belly is in pain." Anyway, the next morning, because she called very late, so the next morning she went to the doctor. When we went to the doctor examined her and he revealed to us that this young girl, womb was damaged. At that time, she was now 16. So she had been raped from she was 5 up until she was 12 by multiple men. And she has a disability until the children's home took her and she went there at 12. Now she's 16 and her womb was damaged. That instant, I officially became a mental health advocate. I want to share a little bit about how I feel about this topic. Men out there, I know that you're made up different from women, but you're really going to have to learn how to control your penises, and you're really going to have to learn how to work on your mental, your mind, your mental attitude. You can't make, because you're horny, you take your penis and push it in at anybody and anything to the point where you push it in your own daughter through your horny. Men who do these things, you need to look into yourself and realize that you're inflicting trauma upon our youths and trauma upon our young people. Yes? And you're not just raping the girls, you're raping the boys as well. And that is why our nation have such terrible things going on, because of the trauma that you inflict on these young people, which some of them keep secretly, silently, for years, and suffer in silence till they end up having mental disorders. Only cause that because you're not horny. So just because you horny and your penis work before your mind can work, you take your penis, put it anywhere, to the point where you push it in your own daughter. Some want to push it in your own son. Because I'm coming with some stories, I have some stories to reveal. So you guys can look out for me. As I tell you, I'm Victory Hosang. I have a YouTube channel. You can find me at Victory Hosang TV. You can also find me on Instagram as Victory Hosang 1. And I'm on TikTok too. So only can look forward to some stories are coming to share with some people who wouldn't imagine that have done some of these horrible things. You rape little girls, you rape little boys because you're horny, because you feel like once your penis stand up on you and you have an erection, you have to push it somewhere. No, nothing else in the world is sicker than that. Until you realize that you have a mental issue, a mental disorder, a mental problem, where you need to go into the doctor and get professional help to stop inflicting trauma upon our youths, our nation is in problem. Because that's why our nation in so much problem. You think true we not money? You think money is our problem? Are the sick minds and the paradigm shift that we need to make mentally that is causing these things? I have to decline a call. So I have to really do some soul searching and go on yourself, because there's a lot on out there where rape little boys and rape little girls and take with them innocent and mash them up and destroy them life. And then when they become of age and become problematic in society, everybody just look upon them and say them a bad picnic and them rotten. It's only cause it, enough of it, not all of it, but majority of it, you men with these sick minds that take your penis because you feel like once you have an erection, you must stick it in anything you want to stick it in. And anybody who don't want to stick it in, want to stick it in a baby, want to rape the little boys, want to rape the little girls, want to rape men, want to rape women, want to gang rape men, want to gang rape women. Want to take away the innocence from our children and turn them, some of them, into monsters, different from the one them who commit suicide. You know the main problem in our society, and the money our problem. You know the reason why we have so much crime, because you traumatize the youth them and make the youth them become monsters. I have a lot coming up that I'm going to share. Yes, because in our society we used to think that man rape the girls alone. Them rape the boys too. Like the story one you hear about where 5 men gang rape a young boy. How can we continue like this? How can a person not have a heart that your horniness and your erection, you take it, push it in your daughter or your son? And even if not your daughter or your son, but a child, on a sick, you need help. And a lot of you walk around every day like you're normal human beings, dressed up nicely, facading yourself and tricking people, and you inflict trauma on the youths of our nation. And it is because of men like you that cannot control your mind, that don't have the mental strength to control your mind because you're sick and need help, and believe that once you have an erection, once you're horny, you must take it and push it in anybody who don't want to push it in till you don't push it in a baby, or you push it in on the son, in on the daughter, or you push it in other people's children, or you push it in a cow, or you push it in a donkey, or you push it in a pig. We have seen these things. You men, you have to go learn how to control your mind so that you can control your penis. When you get it together, you know the one, some of the main ones that is destroying this nation, and a lot of you as well are sitting in very high places, and you should be ashamed of yourself. You understand me? On the need to repent, and if you don't like the word repent, on the need to change in the life and stop cause trauma upon our youths and upon our nation. It is disgusting, it is evil, and it is one of the wickedest things that you can do, because you honey and have a erection and take away the innocence from a child with your selfish, evil, sick behavior. Get professional help. I'm Nicole Victory Hosang. Follow me on YouTube at Victory Hosang TV. I have a lot coming. Some things that you would not imagine. Queen Ifrica, I'm sorry that happened to you, my sister. Yes, and to everybody else, all the men and the women and the young girls and the young boys that this happened to, that somebody do this to you. I am sorry. I have a lot coming. Please look out for me, guys. I am now in the process of putting together a mental health awareness campaign, which will be all across Jamaica. For those who would like to join forces with me, as I do need people to join forces with me, please contact me on WhatsApp at 1-876-373-7644. Thank you guys for listening to me. Let's fix this issue because it cannot continue. Jaja.